Fall is fast approaching, and you know what that means. Cooler weather, back-to-school sales, and an updated Netflix lineup to keep you indoors and away from it all. September is heralding a galaxy's worth of new programming for the streaming service. On the Netflix original side, we're looking forward to new seasons of BoJack Horseman and Narcos, plus a handful of Netflix original movies. And an end-of-summer binge wouldn't be complete without the upcoming true crime satire American Vandal. Here's an in-depth look at everything coming to Netflix in September 2017. Narcos Season 3. The DEA is setting its sights on a new drug lord in the third season of its addicting crime drama Narcos. Where the first two seasons fixated on Colombian kingpin Pablo Escobar, the newest season will raise the stakes even higher as the DEA launches its operation against the Cali cartel. Pedro Pascal returns as DEA agent Javier Peña, delivering more of the same gripping real-life drama that catapulted the first two seasons to critical acclaim. Get ready to binge September 1st. Little Evil. Call us crazy, but Little Evil looks like it just may be one of the best movies of 2017. Starring Adam Scott and Evangeline Lilly, and written and directed by Tucker and Dale vs. Evil's Eli Craig. Little Evil is a horror comedy about a newly married man who may just be the new stepdad to the Antichrist. Get set for big, dark laughs when Little Evil hits on September 1st. Resurface. With gorgeous visuals and a heartfelt message about veterans struggling to find their place in the world, Resurface documents the journey of a suicidal ex-soldier who uses surfing as a way to escape his physical and emotional pain. Along the way, he finds a community of like-minded veterans searching for peace among the waves. Experience the journey September 1st. Marc Maron, Too Real. Comedian Marc Maron has been making the world laugh for years with his WTF podcast, and he's recently experienced a resurgence on Netflix thanks to his role on Glow. Now he's dishing out laughs with a brand new stand-up comedy special, Too Real. Look for it September 5th. BoJack Horseman, Season 4. BoJack's back, and this time it's serious. Sometimes. Other times it's bound to be funny, heartwarming, tear-jerking, and poignant. Maybe a bunch of those all at once, because you never know what you're going to pull out of that bag. Netflix has been pretty quiet about the details for the fourth season of BoJack Horseman, so we'll just have to wait for BoJack's return on September 8th. Reality High. Nobody likes meeting their partner's ex, but things get extra hairy when that ex happens to be a social media starlet who's out for your blood. Reality High is a Netflix original comedy starring Kate Walsh, Ann Winters, and John Michael Higgins. It premieres September 8th. Greenhouse Academy Season 1. Following two siblings at a boarding school in California who find themselves in the middle of a mystery, Greenhouse Academy stars Heartland's Jessica Amley and newcomer Finn Roberts. Check out the first season on September 8th. The Confession Tapes Season 1. The first season of Netflix documentary series The Confession Tapes drops September 8th, focusing on convicted murderers who claim to be innocent. If The Confession Tapes has received half as well as Making a Murderer, it may be destined to become a new true crime classic. Fire Chasers Season 1. What if your day job puts you at risk of being engulfed in flames on a regular basis? From the producers of Deadliest Catch, Fire Chasers follows the firefighters who go face-to-face with California's deadly wildfires to protect the people in the fire's path. Check it out on September 8th. Jeff Dunham, Relative Disaster. Taped at a live show in Ireland, Relative Disaster is chock full of Jeff Dunham's trademark mashup of humor and ventriloquism. Get ready for all new jokes, all new hijinks, and of course, all new puppets on September 12th. Strong Island. On September 15th, Netflix is adding to their docudrama selection with Strong Island, a powerful look into murder and racism on Long Island during the early 90s, diving into the real-life story of a young African-American who was murdered, and the justice system that failed his family. Strong Island isn't for the faint-hearted. Strong Island is one of the most intimately moving portraits of racism in recent memory. Strap in because these are stormy seas. And on the other end of the spectrum, we have American Vandal Season 1. The trailer for Netflix American Vandal plays this story of mystery and true crime hilariously straight despite its simple premise. Someone at Hanover High School, someone nefarious, defaced the school with a ton of hand-drawn dongs. It's the biggest mystery on campus. Who doodled the doodles? Will the mystery vandal ever be brought to justice? And more importantly, will the wrong man pay the price for the Peters? Find out on September 15th. First They Killed My Father. Directed by Angelina Jolie, First They Killed My Father is a historical docudrama set during the time of the Khmer Rouge regime in Cambodia. The story is told from the perspective of a 5-year-old girl struggling to survive the harsh regime, promising a gripping, heartfelt tale of courage and the strength of the human spirit. First They Killed My Father premieres September 15th. Jerry Before Seinfeld. You don't become the world's highest paid comedian by sitting back and resting on your fame, and Jerry Seinfeld's back in the saddle with a brand new stand-up special. The first release in Seinfeld's $100 million two-special deal with Netflix, Jerry Before Seinfeld, is, as the name suggests, all about the early years in Seinfeld's career, before the hit show and before the fame. Check it out when it hits Netflix on September 19th. Fuller House Season 3. Way back on September 22, 1987, the first episode of Full House premiered on ABC and introduced the world to the Tanner family. Now, the third season of the popular Netflix sequel series, Fuller House, is premiering exactly 30 years later, as revealed by actress Candace Cameron Bure in an Instagram post. Only the first 9 episodes are premiering on Netflix on September 22nd, while the second half of the season will likely hit in late 2017 or early 2018. Jack Whitehall travels with my father. You may know Jack Whitehall from his stand-up comedy or from the comedy series Fresh Meat. The British comedian joins the Netflix roster this month with Travels with My Father. The series follows Whitehall and his dad as they travel around Europe and try to bond, which goes about as well as you'd expect with a goofball and a grumpy old man.
A priest would not say, "You're such a little he would forgive me.
He'd probably tell you to off.
Look for it on September 22nd. Terrace House, Aloha State Part 4. If you haven't seen Netflix original reality series Terrace House, it's definitely worth a watch. In the vein of reality mainstays like The Real World, the show throws a group of strangers into a house together and turns on the cameras. While the previous seasons took place in Japan, Aloha State moves the action to sunny Hawaii. Dig in for Part 4 on September 26th. Gerald's Game. Adapted from the Stephen King novel of the same name, Gerald's Game stars Carla Gugino and Bruce Greenwood as Jesse and Gerald, a husband and wife whose vacation soon takes a turn for the worse. Gerald's Game is directed by Mike Flanagan, who's already garnered some serious street cred in the horror genre, with his previous films like Hush and Oculus. Check it out on September 29th. Our Souls at Night. Robert Redford and Jane Fonda star in Our Souls at Night as 2 elderly neighbors who form an unexpected bond years after their spouses have died. The film is based on a novel by Ken Harif, and the story it tells is a poignant glimpse of love and loss. Cue it up on September 29th, and keep a tissue handy. Big Mouth Season 1. Netflix calls Big Mouth a 10-episode, half-hour edgy adult animated comedy from real-life best friends Nick Kroll and Andrew Goldberg about the glorious nightmare that is teenage puberty. If the pre-release clips are any indication, it'll definitely be an odd show, but it has plenty of comedy heavyweights behind it. Other voice actors tied to the show include Maya Rudolph, Jordan Peele, Fred Armisen, and Jenny Slate. Big Mouth premieres on September 29th. Club de Cuervos Season 3. This comedy series marked Netflix's first Spanish original show when the streaming service released the first season in 2015. And it turned out to be a pretty good move. With an 80% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, the first 2 seasons were quick to pull in fans. And now would be a good time to go rewatch those seasons, because the third one is dropping on September 29th. The Magic School Bus Rides Again, Season 1. Who could forget the Magic School Bus, the classic 90s show that entertained and educated? Well, hold on to your inner child because the Magic School Bus is getting a reboot. According to Netflix, the new show will follow Miss Frizzle's sister and is slated for a September 29th release. New movies. Netflix is kicking off the month with a ton of new movies, along with a handful of old favorites. Highlights include the criminally underrated Brazilian crime drama City of God, Martin Scorsese's hard-hitting epic Gangs of New York, and Quentin Tarantino's stylish Pulp Fiction, all of which drop on September 1st. For new releases, keep an eye out for the upcoming 2017 sci-fi action thriller Alien Arrival, about a soldier marooned on an alien moon. Look for it September 23rd. And you better believe you'll be able to get your shark fix this month, with the entire Jaws franchise and Deep Blue Sea also hitting Netflix on the 1st of the month. It's the perfect time for a movie marathon, if the sharks will let you. And if you want some good jokes, Netflix is loading up with All-Star Comedy Jam stand-up specials on September 1st. If stand-up's not your thing, tune into Absolutely Anything, starring Simon Pegg and featuring the voices of Robin Williams and members of the Monty Python crew on September 27th. New documentary releases include Facing Darkness coming September 5th and Ghost of the Mountains available for streaming on September 13th. And if you love music, you can't miss out on George Harrison Living in the Material World, an in-depth look into the life and music of the former Beatle, directed by Martin Scorsese. Look for that on September 15th. Finally, what's cooler weather without a cozy family movie night? Pop some popcorn and settle in with the kids, because Netflix is boosting their Disney selection this September, with the addition of Mulan and Hercules on the 1st, Pocahontas on the 14th, and Beauty and the Beast on the 19th. New television. Binging on your favorite shows will be easier than ever this month, with a new season of The Blacklist hitting on September 7th, The Walking Dead on the 8th, Gotham on the 21st, and Dark Matter on the 25th of the month. And keep an eye out for Final Fantasy XIV, Daddy of Light, a quirky Japanese series which chronicles a father and son bonding over, You guessed it, Final Fantasy. Now that's an intriguing premise. For the international crowd, Netflix is bringing on Star Trek Discovery, the first Star Trek show since Star Trek Enterprise wrapped back in 2005. Discovery follows the crew of a new ship called the Discovery, and it's set about 10 years before the events of the original series. Set your phasers to fun on September 25th. Well, everywhere except the US and Canada, that is.
Most illogical.
Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.